What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Spiritual Tea. I'm Spiritual Tea, and this is me officially introducing my spirituality and sex series to like video form. I did a live stream a couple days ago, and I was all over the place. I was tired, high. It was just a lot going on. But oh, that's cold. It's really cold. I got my motherfucking spray in an area in my room, so I'm able to be more comfortable or whatever. So I'm gonna try to like go over each of these in different segments and situations and whatever. I'm trying to be more organized. Okay. In the live stream, I basically went over a lot of this because I started this in Quora. So I just basically went over a lot of the stuff that I said in Quora in the past, and I'm gonna kind of do that now, but I'm gonna try not to read so much from what's going on the screen. But basically, the intro to all of this, basically, I want to call it spiritual sexual ed. A lot of people, society tends to look at sex in a weird type of way. Is like people don't like talking about it. It's really embarrassing type shit. And then when you get to masturbation, it's just worse. Like a lot of oh my God, I would never type shit. Like, and in order for you to integrate spirituality into your sex life, you have to be able to please yourself. And I'm gonna talk more about this maybe later on in this episode on how self-pleasure can actually lead to better intercourse in general. But like basically starting this off with just saying that society frowns upon sex and masturbation in a way that makes people frown. Like society is people, but it works. People tend to not want to talk about stuff like this or really embrace their sexuality. That's what I was trying to say. But I did want to include that I'm very prudish. Like, I've made multiple sexual decks, and it's hard for me to say some shit on the deck because I'm such a prude. But a lot of this stuff needs to be talked about. Anyway, our sexual energy is our creative energy, and it's stored in our sacral chakra, which is your groin area. So you a man, or your man parts, your lady parts, that's your sacral energy, that's your sacral chakra, right? And on here, I said to better help explain how powerful sexual energy is, I was gonna use something that we probably all have heard at one point in our lives. If you, like I said in the live stream, if you're not 18 years or older, this video is not for you. But wait until you have sex, because sex will make you think you're in love when you're really just in lust or something along those lines. Everybody's parents, caretakers, somebody have told them something like this before, especially in our teenage years. But this is like all facts, no cap. But I'm saying that because sexual energy is a strong energy. It can easily create spiritual ties and soul bonds and soul ties and stuff. And not all of these bonds are for your highest good. So that's dangerous, and that's why a lot of people who are dedicated to their spiritual journey, they practice abstinence or celibacy and stuff like that, you know. And these sometimes these ties can be hard to break. Even for some spiritual people, some of these ties are hard to break. So imagine a normal person coming into contact with somebody who got spiritual demons or some type of shit, and they can't get rid of it. And I did need to bring that up. I talk about this a lot, but I do want to reiterate the fact that STDs are not just sexually transmitted diseases. they are also spiritually transmitted demons or spiritually transmitted diseases as well, but energy is energy. We're gonna talk about that later too. But piggyback. Okay, so yeah, this is what we're talking about in this episode. I'm just literally going off the fucking screenshots that I got. Self-pleasure leads to awesome, amazing applesauce sex. First things first, if somebody around, like if you are an adult and it's like people that you should feel comfortable talking about sexual situations with, like your homies, your girlfriends, or your partner or whatever, if they like don't have, they like, even especially your partner, if you can't talk to your partner about y'all bedroom behavior, then they have a lot of healing to do in the sexual intimacy department, because that's definitely something to look at. Basically, all this is like the title, self-pleasure leads to awesome sex, is basically means you must learn your body. You must learn what you like and what you don't like in order to experience that with another person. Does that make sense? Women can expect men to get them there. If they can't do it themselves, they can't call it a man's problem. Now, if a woman who self-pleasures usually orgasms or whatever, and she gets with a man and she can't get off, then yeah, maybe they need to have a conversation. But if this woman never experienced this during self-pleasure, she can't. You see what I'm saying? And the same thing goes with a man. So you have to know yourself. You have to know what you like. And you just have to really be, and not just in a sexual way, you have to really be intimate with yourself to know what you would like sexually in order to translate that to a partner. And this being intimate with yourself, like I said, it's not just self-pleasure. It's not just masturbation. It's also like really taking care of who you are, being who you are. I always try to preach about this, like be who you are unapologetically, but like really taking care of yourself. Like people call it's not bougie or suck up, it's just I like to take care of myself. I like to have the fluffy robes and the fluffy house slippers and the big ass fluffy socks that you can walk around the house in. I like the motherfucking the fluffy lit headbands and night bands or whatever. I got a few lit eye covers or whatever. I gotta go get me some more like the face masks and the cucumbers and shit for your eyes and spa days and stuff like that. Like self-care, that type of shit, being intimate with yourself like that counts too. But like I said, you also have to know what you want sexually in order to be able to, you know. Basically, you can't expect somebody else to unlock something that you haven't unlocked yourself, and that could be translated outside of this spirituality and sex thing. Like this can go like very far, but we're not here for that right now. Like just take that information and let it sit in your soul and think about it later, because it's definitely like I planted a seed. That's what I just planted a seed. Anyway. I do want to say like the key to like, because it almost sound hypocritical after, because I do have to get like a little anecdote, but the key to like, other than like once you get past that self-pleasure stage, the key to having awesome or really good sex is having it based in love. Because this sex based in lust, everybody is like trying to get to a finish line. Like they just, oh well, I'm horny so I want to fuck type shit. Like, okay, if it was in a more romantic type sense, it like, okay, that wouldn't sound so but as a person who, when I was younger, I used to just, I wasn't a hoe. I was the player, big fella. Don't do me. But I used to use sex as a way to not feel certain things, that was, not deal with certain things in my life. And I didn't care about these people I was sleeping with. I'm like, you're just I would say a quick fuck. Some of them I still like I don't want to talk like this. That sounds so low vibrational. Some of them I had like you a constant, and some of them was like nah. But anyway, and so like I said, I've experienced the karmic side of sex and the spiritual side of it, and I've experienced like, well, I experienced the karmic side and the divine side, and I've experienced the physical karmic side and the spiritual karmic side. I'm gonna just keep talking and hopefully it roll out better. So when I was in this low vibrational energy, like I said, I was just trying to not feel pain, depression, or whatever else I was going through at the time. So I've just like, it was an addictive personality that I had. And I can't say like, okay, there was times when I was in this low vibrational energy that I had amazing sex, but it was amazing for who I was at that time. Like, it did what it needed to do. It made me not think about certain shit, right? But as I started to awaken, and basically a spiritual awakening is learning, like becoming aware of who you truly are on the inside, becoming aware of your soul and other souls and stuff. It started like not being that appealing to me, but I kept trying to live in that karmic energy, and it wasn't really working out. Like, one of the last sexual encounters I had since I decided to go spiritually celibate or abstinent, the sex was just really bad. Like, it was just really bad. Like, it was really bad. It was like, I don't know, like I was in the midst of having a spiritual awakening. I had already started reading cards and stuff, so the sex was like, I wasn't feeling it or whatever. But I remember, like, I looked into this dude's eyes and I thought in my head, like, I love you. Because I remember with my ex, my crazy ass ex, I used to do that because our sex wasn't always that great. And we actually, like, it got to the point where we had sex like every 2 months and some shit. And we lived together, like, fuck. But anyway, I would look directly into his eyes and think that, and that would, like, the energy would feel better, like, and the sex would be more enjoyable. So I tried this with this sexual encounter, and I didn't have I didn't love him. He was just like a fuck buddy type shit. And he actually fell in love with me. Don't do this, especially if you feel like you have any abilities. This is why I feel like it's important for more divine feminines to come out and like be like, hey, I'm a witch. Because if you are a divine feminine, if you were born with abilities, you are a fucking witch, bro. And it's certain shit we not supposed to be doing. And I didn't know because there's no information out there talking about it. So basically I was putting love spells on these damn people. Oops. But once I started going through a spiritual awakening and connecting to, like, okay, before I even go through talk about the spiritual awakening thing, when I used to masturbate before I went through my spiritual awakening, it was just like to get off type shit, just like with the karmic type energy. But after I had my spiritual awakening, everything, like, when shit, like when I really started going through my spiritual awakening, like, and started my twin flame journey, shit got real. So when I met Greg, that's when I felt sexual energy for the first time. And me and him, but we were high, and you know, if you high, you easily in a meditative state. So we had both smoked, roommates or whatever, and we just sitting by the patio door, chilling, talking. And I felt some sexual energy, and I didn't know what it was, like, because I knew I had some abilities, but I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I'm like, maybe it's just something between us. But now looking back in hindsight, he was literally just thinking about me sexually. And because we both were very high, I was able to pick up on the energy. But so how I connected with him and with his energy is I because I noticed that this energy, like I would get this energy a lot around him. So if I knew I had to be around him for an extended period of time, I would like go in my room and masturbate or whatever to his energy. And I didn't know that I was doing, I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. And that's literally like astral sex, 4D sex, spiritual sex, telepathic sex. Anyway, so I connected myself to his energy. We both basically connected, and that was a new experience for both of us. Like, to like just think about somebody and have them feel you, and you think about them, and then they think about you and you feel. And it wasn't just like, I feel like this person thinking about me. No, it's like you physically feel, and your man parts or your woman parts, like, you get aroused. And it's not just like horny type of aroused, like you feel like a sexual pull, like it's this sensual type of energy, like it's really fucking intense. And yeah, that was my first like spiritual type of sexual connection. And then when I met Sean, it was deeper, it was more intense with Sean. And with this new one, we ain't gonna talk about this new one, because this shit, I'm scared of him. I'm just scared of him. Like, his energy, everything about him is too much. We not even gonna get started on dude. But yeah, it has to be based in love. And the thing with Greg, I fell in love with him because he was a good friend to me at a time in need. And I was also attracted to him because he was tall as hell and he was fine as fuck. Anyway, but with Greg, Sean, and this new divine masculine, it was always love between us, whether they wanted to admit it or not. There was always love and passion between us. It wasn't just sex, which it intensified the energy. And this type of thing, this type of energy creates children. So it's a good thing I didn't sleep with them, because anyway, we're gonna talk about that later too. So basically, yeah, anything that you would do for yourself in the form, like if you want your partner to buy you roses or rub your feet or run you a bath or do this, do that for yourself. So in turn, you can attract somebody that do that for you. That's manifestation and shit, and attracting a soulmate. But that's how you like really get to know yourself, like really fall in love with yourself. Not in a narcissistic way, like I'm the prettiest bitch alive and fuck y'all all ugly. Like how I be acting. I'm like, I'm the finest bitch alive. I don't give a fuck what the fuck a motherfucker got to say about me, bitch. You just hating because if you like, because the bitches that hang around me, bitch, you beautiful, I'm beautiful, we all bad bitches. Fuck do you mean type shit. Like that type of energy. Like you have to, like, it took me years, but I had to really fall in love with who the fuck I am. Like, and I had to also come to terms with, like, right now it's the fucking Snapchat filter. I'm still working on getting my face back in order because I was going through all that shit with being homeless, and I lost control of a lot of shit. So I gotta get my face back in order. I'm on a new skincare regimen and shit. It's working, but it's a process. But I have to come to terms with, yeah, I may have bad days, and yeah, I may not look as good as I want to look, but it's a process. You just put in work in the areas where you feel like you need to improve, and not just physically. This goes with anything in life, and then you just work towards that goal. And I'm currently working to get my skin back in order, and I was working on my weight, but my weight is back up where it needs to be, and now I just need to start getting back in shape and stuff. Like literally just, like, if you forget easily, make a fucking list, write it down on the fucking wall, get a mirror, those mirror markers, and write it on the mirror so every fucking morning you see it, type shit. But yeah, it has to be based in love, and that's it. Basically translates to sex. If you have that love for somebody, you won't have to like do a spell. I didn't try to. You don't have to do a spell on a person. Oops. It's just good. It's just good, and not just physically, like emotionally. Like, I don't know, like sex normally supposed to make like you tired because it's like physically exhausting, but like once you have sex with somebody that is love based and y'all both giving into one another, yeah, your body will be tired afterwards, but you feel this refreshed and renewed type of energy. Like, it's lit. It's lit. It's literally lit. Oh, and basically ending this one off with saying, stop being ashamed of masturbation. It's a form of self-love, and spiritually speaking, it can definitely help improve your sex life. And before I end this one, this is gonna wrap up the video, but I didn't put this on this post. A lot of religions say that masturbation is bad, and it's not bad. Masturbation is not bad. Like I said, religion is elementary school and high school, and spirituality is college, right? And post-grad type shit. When it comes to masturbation, energy is everything. Everything is energy. So if you're masturbating to, like, if you are in a spiritual connection, I don't feel like you should be masturbating, because if you're feeling just random sexual energy, that's someone thinking about you sexually, you have some type of sexual parasite, sexual demon, or you aren't using your creative energy correctly. Like I said, your sacral chakra is your sexual energy, which is your creative energy. The reason why a lot of creators are abstinent or practice abstinence is another reason why I practice abstinence, because I create and I need that energy to create things. You ever heard of somebody being sexually frustrated, and instead of having sex, they working or putting their energy into something else? That's literally using that same creative energy to create something else, because sexual energy is used to create people or offspring, creative energy. But like I said, a lot of religions like frown down on masturbation because they don't want to go into details about what you shouldn't and shouldn't do type shit. And like I said, if you're not in a spiritual connection, you shouldn't be doing it, because it depends on what energy you're connecting to. How do I want to say this? Soulmate, it don't have to be a twin flame. Soulmate, twin flame, hierarchy, soulmate, life partner, whatever, somebody that is good for you, like, type shit. Like, and don't, it's gonna be a whole nother I'm gonna do a video of the do's and don'ts of masturbation, because it's a lot of stuff that can go wrong. But it's just, energy of sex is so strong. It's important to watch where you give and put your energy. I do say don't masturbate to porn and don't watch porn, because, like, that's someone else's sexual energy. And if it's sexual energy on the internet, multiple people have watched it, multiple people have masturbated to this energy. So now you have two people, or whatever the fuck you watching, you have the energy, the sexual energies from that video, on top of all of the sexual energies of everybody who have watched and or masturbated to that video. In that video, and once you masturbate to that video, now you are taking on all of those energies. That's why you don't masturbate to porn. If you're gonna masturbate to porn, you and your partner needs to make a fucking video and y'all masturbate to that shit. So it's y'all energy, right? Like, sexual energy is very sacred and it's very important to protect. And motherfuckers just throwing it around all willy-nilly because they don't really know what they need to know about it, if that makes sense. But yeah, masturbating in your partner's energy, like, if you are in any type of, like, spiritual contract, like a union, like a actual spiritual contract, motherfuckers know how it is. So the telepathic, astral sex, 4D sex, all that shit, like, it's a tool used to basically spice up the spiritual connection. If you two are in separation for a minute, it can be used to do a lot. Like I said, more videos in the future, because I don't want to constantly be talking about this. Like, I don't want it to be that. I don't want this first video to be that long. But yeah, don't masturbate to other people's sexual energy unless they're your partners or your own. Don't watch porn unless it's your own, and that's why it's not in the Bible, because how the hell do you say that in the Bible? And that same thing goes with don't sleep with someone before you're married. The reason I was saying I was celibate and people kept saying you a lie, you already slept with somebody, you can't just do that, da, 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 you consider abstinent. I'm like, no, I'm spiritually celibate, meaning I'm not sleeping with anybody I don't have a spiritual contract with. Meaning, like, if we are not connected on that spiritual level, then we aren't sleeping together. And that's what the Bible is basically saying, like, not sleeping with anyone before marriage. Don't sleep with no karmics. Don't sleep with nobody you don't have a connection with, like an actual spiritual connection with, because those people can get you tied up in soul ties and all this karmic low vibrational shit. Like, it got to the point where I'm not even like, before I really got to like a real ascended level, I was more in the energy of demisexual. Like, if I don't have any like romantic feelings for you, like if I don't have any emotions for you, I'm not sexually attracted to you. So I had to build those emotions first. And now it's more like, if you don't have like, if you, okay, that stands too. And on top of that, you have to have some type of spirituality about you. Like, I have to sense something in you in order to even try to get something off the ground with you. It's come to the point where I'm not, like, I can't really bring attraction into it, because the people that I am spiritually attracted to all look good, because the chosen ones, like, we're angels, like, the fuck. But yeah, mainstream media, society, all that shit tends to make us frown upon and be fearful of things that can actually help us, and things that unlock a lot of stuff spiritually. So pay attention to that. I've been saying that for the longest. It's not just with this, like, on this topic, it's a whole bunch of other shit. But we gonna dive deeper into that in the near future. But yeah, I hope this video helped you in some type of way. I'm going to try to be more consistent with these types of things. But if you like this video, if you found it informative in any type of way, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you be notified whenever I upload or go live. Remember to follow me on other platforms at Spiritual Tea and Taria's Tarot. All that's linked down below in the description. If you would like to book services, down below in the description. The podcast down below in the description. But that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative. I hope you learned something, and I will see you in the next video.